Rise and grind, folks. I got some good news, guys. I finally got my voice back. Let's fucking go. Guys, what's going on? Welcome to another edition of Monday Morning Quarterback. I am on the way to an existing maintenance customer. I think we sold this maintenance agreement last summer. And guys, the only thing I remember about this customer's house is that he had some chewed up wires near the top of his roof. I think I got this job on video last summer, guys. It was a pain in the ass. I didn't have a ladder long enough to get up there. Luckily, his next door neighbor had a 40-foot ladder. And guys, it was an OAC call. It was a first-time customer last summer. We got out there and I found the fuse tripped upstairs in the attic. I think he has a furnace and straight AC. And guys, I found the fuse trip. I looked at the wires outside near the unit. The wires outside near the unit looked okay. And I isolated the issue to the contactor. So I put in a new contactor and the same thing was happening. And guys, I fucked around and traced all the wires from the air handler going outside and from the unit going upstairs in the attic. And like, as soon as I got like probably 20 feet towards the top of the roof, I noticed the wires, the insulation from the thermostat wires were melted. And guys, like, you'll see when I get there, I actually had to cut all those bare wires and run new wire. And like I said, guys, that job was a pain in the neck. But guys, ever since then, ever since we fixed the wires, ran new wires, everything's working fine. And ever since then, like I said, that customer's been calling us for maintenance. But guys, I am on the way there right now. Let's get busy and let's be great today. All right, guys. Real quick, this customer has a straight AC, coolant condenser, and then there's a furnace, a gas furnace in the attic. The customer already replaced the filter and the drains were clean up in the attic. And guys, for context, this is a 3-ton, 336. This is a 3-ton straight AC unit. This thing's about 11 years old, going on 12. And guys, this is what I was telling you about. Right towards where the wires exited the attic, towards the top of the roof, there was a bird's nest. And guys, all the wires were chewed up, so we had to replace the wires. Luckily, we didn't have to run new wire from the attic all the way out here, but all the way up there, I had to get a 40-foot ladder. And I had to fix the wires up there. And guys, this customer had a lot going on. In combination with the wires, guys, this old contactor, and you see this is the new one we put in, but the old contactor, there was a bunch of nesting and webbing in this unit. And sure enough, guys, you see that? I'm gonna take a picture and show the customer. This is exactly why maintenance is important. You wanna keep everything clean. And guys, I always tell customers, it's usually what you can't see that comes back to cause the most issues. I repeat, it's usually what you can't see that always comes back to screw customers over. What that means is, of course, a customer could replace a filter inside and also hose the coils down, but cleaning off your electrical parts and also testing the electric parts is going to be crucial to prevent breakdowns in the summer. Because guys, you got to understand, AC, similar to a furnace, is nothing more than a machine. You got electricity flowing through parts. Any speck of dust or webbing crosses two contacts, the customer won't be able to see it, they won't be able to hear it, but I can guarantee if a bug or a spider crosses this contactor coil, this customer is going to know about it because they're going to have a 95-degree house. So guys, that's important. Always be preventative. Like I said, guys, some customers aren't preventative, and that's cool. Like I said, they'll just call you when something breaks. But guys, if a customer can't avoid it, always mention maintenance and make sure that they know that it's very, very important to get the stuff checked out before things breaks. But all right, guys, let me get my brush and let me start cleaning this off. And guys, inside I already got a 20-degree split. It's about 65 degrees out, and it's gonna rain all day today. So I'm glad we're able to get out here before the end of this month because the weather is definitely gonna spike up soon. And this customer already said that they used this unit last week and everything's working fine. So I'm glad that we don't have to use the ladder again to get back up there. But all right, guys, let me get to it. Let me clean this off. I'll be right back. Guys, I just cleaned off all my electrical components, got all the webbing out, and right now I'm just checking my amps. 0.34. And once again, guys, it's not a humid day, but it's definitely not cold. Actually, as a matter of fact, it might be a little, it's been raining all night, and it's gonna rain today, so even though it's like in the mid 60s, I know the humidity levels are probably normal. It's definitely not low out here. See that? 6.39. Cool. Amps are okay. One thing, this customer do has a hose spigot right there. What I'm gonna do after I put the doors back on, I'm gonna hit this coil. I don't think I hit this coil last summer when we came out. They don't look too bad, but since everything's accessible, I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. And guys, I flushed my drains from the attic, but you see here, see the drain line? It's kind of weird how they got the drains running through the outer wall. They probably should have put them in the storm drains, but it is what it is, guys. I think one is the primary and the other one is the secondary or the backup. But what I'm gonna do, since this drain line is so long, I'm gonna get another cartridge and I'm gonna flush it from the outside as well, just to make sure that we know everything out here is clean. And another thing, guys, I'm gonna test that capacitor under a load. I mean, this is the only downside to these ream. Technically, this is a ream or rud. It says thermozone, but I know ream and rud has the same style condensers. They put the capacitors deep inside the unit there, probably because there's no space for the capacitor to mount externally. But instead of me taking that capacitor out, I'm just going to check it under a load. But guys, these capacitors, I was talking to someone about this last year. These capacitors that's hard to take out, these things probably run like tanks. This capacitor might be like 10 years old, but I guarantee the numbers are spot on. It's usually the ones that's strapped to the unit that typically goes down sooner. I don't know why that is. Maybe ream and rud, that's why they stopped making this, because they didn't have a lot of breakdowns with capacitors. But guys, what I'm gonna do, let me get to it. Let me check that cap under a load. I'm gonna go to the truck and I'm gonna get my gallo gun and back flush the drain. And I'm gonna put the doors on and I'm gonna hose down this coil. Let me get busy, I'll be back. All right, guys, I got my drains flushed. I'm just hitting this coil. Like I said, guys, the coils didn't look too bad, but I'm just hitting it a few times anyway, just because it's accessible. Why not? It's only gonna help this unit out. All right, guys, let me turn this off. I'll be back. And that's all there is to it, folks. This is an older unit, but one thing I did mention last year, I told the customer down the line, once he gets this unit replaced, this line needs to get insulated. I don't know, at some point, maybe if there were such line insulation, but gosh, not having insulation over your bigger refrigerant line here is definitely going to reduce the efficiency of the AC unit, especially once it gets hot. So for the most part, guys, you want to make sure, if you're out here doing AC maintenances, make sure that your suction lines are covered. But like I said, at this point, guys, this customer is going to rock this unit out until it needs to get replaced. So I spoke to him about that last year. At this point, he just wants to get the maintenance done and get as much as he can out of this unit until he has to get it replaced. But all right, guys, that's all there is to it. We'll shoot back out here in the fall for the heat maintenance, and we'll jump up in the attic and we'll take it from there. But all right, guys, peace out. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.